see the highs, you just don't see the consistency.
Syrson this and Syrson that.
Such a painful conversation to have. So, yeah. All right, the rematch. Navi won the first map last time. That was true. Ninjas know they can do this. They've done it before. They've done overpass. They've done mirage.
And recently.
And very recently.
For now, they're just going to try to burst up into the B site. Ooh, Perfecto shaves res off of this one. blamef with the assist on the flashbang. It's all Perfecto so far. Electronic kills foozy, and this one's just coming to a grinding halt. Not a single kill, not a single footstep on that bomb site.
Yes. Yeah, nothing in the bomb plant zone. Perfecto had full control of his crosshair right there. Beautiful first shot, second and third.
Now picking overpass is, you know, obviously based off of what they had just accomplished, which was beating Navi here. But when that was happening, I remember, you know, I tried to bring up the fact that Navi have been banning overpass despite previously having a pretty solid game plan on it.
Yeah.
So it felt weird that it wasn't a part of their 2022. Now, if all of a sudden Navi are able to tap into those previous performances, I feel like Ninjas may look like fools. Maybe.
They have the tools. They've shown us a couple of amazing results on land, strong teams, on overpass, and everything like that. Maybe it's something that's fallen out a little bit. They feel like they've lost some ground on overpass, lost some chemistry, whatever it may be. Speaking of chemistry, I mean, they're basically farming a heart here, so...
Now kiss.
Yeah. With the TA.
Oh, hands up.
Oh my god.
This is just...
Who can go higher? Can we get much higher? They are actually... Who's taller? This is like a who's taller battle.
What?
I'm taller. You take off your shoes. Put your hair down.
Oh, he lost some ground. Hampus concedes. blamef. Oof, just gonna get Glock through the wood. Okay. They have unarmored Glocks, and so they should die.
Oh!
But the word should is an important one. 2 Glock kills on the entry towards this B site, and then they're gone. They just disappear.
Well, they have one guy at the top of stairs. I don't know if this helps their odds or lowers it. I feel...
As the tag is back into the flotation device.
Well, bit!
foozy's got it.
Oh,
He's
a knife
got
would
it this
actually
time.
work.
Oh!
No! It probably did make sense to try to go for a knife there, to be fair. Oh, is a plan coming? No. Simple's coming.
Got the MP9. They can cover the cross. Ooh, bomb drop. Now Simple's got it in the bag because Electronic comes back at it. What a weird round.
Very strange.
Very bizarre.
2 Glock kills is nice, though.
You take what you can get. And had they tried to go for the bomb plant then, definitely would not have worked.
Like you said, two digs through the wood wall with a Glock. And just another solid pistol entry for Mesatag. But yeah, the way in which Navi were not playing like themselves, that just wasn't... The rotations weren't there. They weren't willing to like hold on any time the bathroom patrol. There was a few rounds where NIP were able to perform these walk-ups to the A site, and Simple would be there like back dice and just get flashed and smoked off and stuff. So passive for some reason. So that's what we're looking to see if Navi change. Bit has some help here from the top of the stairs, and Mesatag will be waiting for this smoke phase, but he is a victim of it, obviously. Wow, what a great shot from Rez.
Very clean. Bit falls back. Bit hasn't seen any action yet this map. Zeros all across his scoreboard, but now we got a 1.
Foozy really took a risk there. Risky Foozy. Frisky. Losey.
Frisky Foozy was a doozy. Frisky Foozy about to losey.
Yeah.
They walked out. They're going to come up the ramp. Perfecto gets the incendiary and head a short. That's going to cut Plopsky off in terms of attacking graffiti, smoke for the bomb plant. All is good for the most part, but there's the possibility of this water attack if Perfecto decides to commit, but with the bomb plant, he's not going to interrupt it. blamef will find the kill from Connector, so now suddenly I feel like the discomfort of this post plant from the Ninjas really starts to sink in. You've got 2 players on Monster side. Brehze is wary of the short B push, but for now it's not actually coming. boomich a couple steps behind. And then just as he arrives, sure enough, Brehze is dead. hampus, he set himself up for the clutch, but now he's going to have to pull this off. And Perfecto comes to clear the corner. Navi with the 3-0 with the retake.
Pull it off, just with enough time remaining. And that's a spot where they can let the bomb go down, but they still have stairs control, they still have numbers. Starts with this opening duel, 1 versus S-Tag, and then it's made a little bit worse by twistzz. Just he feels like the Opera is going to be there, tries to pre-fire it. Feels like it's a risk he can take because it's 4v5, but you know, sometimes you don't want to take a risk there, even if it's 4v5. There's still a lot of time. You can let hampus work a little bit, but hey, would have looked like an absolute god, and we'd be screaming his name if he had got that kill. So
maybe next time. Maybe once they're back on guns. For now, it's just going to be nice utility coupled with the upgraded pistols. And a challenge on long, but Bit shoots quick.
Very short challenge.
hampus dies immediately.
Another thing we saw less of was Bit playing in top bathrooms, where he normally plays. And in that last match, for whatever reason, he was kind of rotating around a lot, not playing outside the bathrooms, not playing in top bathrooms. And I mean, he's in past matches playing like 70% of rounds, just sitting in top bathrooms the entire time. So maybe they're trying to bring a new flavor to the team, but it didn't work out last time. And I'll also note that it feels like top bathrooms has become lesser used amongst other teams as consistently, so maybe there's a reason. He made it look good, though.
Got boomich back on the bomb site, Bit ahead of this. Plopsky's gonna pre-fire the corner. Oh, you know that's his sixth sense telling him there's somebody in there.
Yeah.
But then he looks away.
Nice little poofy smoke to hide behind.
Even though he hit the shot.
Yeah.
That's when you just hate your brain, because your instincts
Yeah.
your instincts were dead on, but the brain overthought.
And ironically, it disarms you after you shoot a couple of bullets.
Yeah. Yeah.
A nice try.
But not the hottest of starts here for Ninjas. Only 3 kills across the 5 players in the first 4 rounds.
That's not a lot.
Not at all. But they'll be coming in with their second gun round of the half. Maybe that's their chance to break through.
Connor's right now drinking an algae juice that he's scooped from the harbor.
Yeah. Oh. Woo. Simple. Poor twistzz, dude. That's 2 maps back to back. He's like been 0-5. I mean, he was up to like 0-10 on Nuke at the start.
Yeah, I think Des said that he had like maybe 12, 13 rounds without a kill. But then he didn't pull the keto.
Which is when you manage to come back and like nearly get the top frag.
Yes.
That's the keto.
Yep.
And he saves himself for when it matters.
No apparent holes right now. Not too much space for the CT side, or for the T side. And it only gets worse.
No answer. hampus can't even see anybody.
At their best, NIP on T side overpass pull off a lot of lurks. When in their defaults, slowly crush you by taking map control and staying cohesive. But when it's bad is when the default falls apart and they lose their individual duels early in the round. And then they just look like they never had a game plan.
40 seconds. CT still little bits of utility. That incendiary thrown towards short. They can overface on Monster, and that double up gives Electronic the trade they need to ensure that maybe nothing more than only 1 kill. Plopsky dead as we find Navi on fire fast as can be. 5-0 start on the CT side. Marked improvements already being seen here on overpass. Poor twistzz never even had a chance to play this round.
Yeah. Simple using that spawn perfectly. The pre-aim is perfect as well. It doesn't even need to flick. That's how you know it was a really great pre-aim. You know, on the one side, you don't want to see NIP go out like this, but on the other, you do want to see Navi play much better.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Everyone's mentally torn. And yeah, hampus coming into today, the only player with a positive KD and above 1.0 rating. I think Brehze had a 1.0 on the dot. hampus is between 1.13 and 1.18 with a few notable maps, some really great plays. And even though they only got like a few rounds that they did in that on that nuke match, it would have been a 16-0 if Campus didn't kill Electronic so many times outside. Like,
yep.
Scrawny just banged his knee on the desk.
Oh, it hurts so bad, man. I'm trying to hold it together.
He didn't want to say anything.
Oh.
He's Peter Griffin right now.
I'll make it. Yeah, you know, I'm sympathizing with Ninja's pain.
Yes.
I want to feel it. I want to feel alive.
A real ninja would hide it.
Yeah, I tried.
I had to expose it.
You've had a tendency to do that this week. Still can't believe you called out my soy sauce stain. Soya sauce stain.
Soyson.
Pistols up. They're getting closer. These are one of those moments that we were kind of talking about where Ninjas were able to get this gap closed closer towards the A site at times, where Navi aren't necessarily going adventurously for their peaks. So, yeah, they have the lesser weapons. Yeah, some of them don't even have armor, but they're close enough to maybe catch these players off guard. Bit high alert, though. You know, they can definitely sense it coming. They're not fools, but you still open up the possibility. Simple's 31 HP, rotates right behind him, and that's going to now push this pressure onto boomich's shoulders. 25 seconds.
But the rotations are already so much better, and at least, like, before they had, like, either Simple or Bit or something alone on the site.
They're just not...
They're not going to save, right?
Do they?
Man, honestly, the CTs could play with them at this point. Jesus.
I mean, listen, man. Happus is a madman calling this one. They rotate right down into Simple and Perfecto. Did they get the plant? Oh, let's go!
Okay.
NIP with a little bit of something.
Somehow.
Listen, they walk into that A site, I feel like they're doomed.
Honestly.
At least this way, they catch a plant.
That is such an unwarranted rotation. I feel like you wouldn't. If you're Navi, you're like, they're just going to slowly hit the A site, try to get the kills they can. But, hey, they get the plant. But yeah. Simple up top. Perfecto on another boost in the back of the site. Another cute one. Seen him play that spot before. I think there's a little valve that sticks out at the top of a sewer drain, something like that.
Maybe. Hey, update on this infectiousness that is taking over Navi. We've got boomich also playing with his own M4.
They're all playing on A4s, huh?
boomich is on an A4. Perfecto's got an A4.
Wow. And Simple may have had his own.
May have had his own. Definitely saw his sticker set. Electronic is still on an A1S. That much is confirmed.
The bit effect.
There could be 4 A4 players now on Navi.
Ooh.
But enough of the A4 because we don't need to see it. Simple's got the op.
And this is already more aggression than we saw before. Simple just hanging out in mid for a long period of time, but just enough to get his kill and move out. Wow, very bad start here for NIP once again. 2 deaths at the bottom of stairs. They need to really flash off that position a lot better. Fusey going up.
This is where we see Bit make his plays. Ooh, missed shot, peek down beneath, but the trade's right there.
Yeah.
Simple ready to respond to it, then drops utility and pushes forward so that the rotates can take his place.
Whoa.
He's just not afraid of anything.
Yeah, and he puts himself in position to get, you know, these kills that are easier because he goes so aggressive. But yeah, it looks like he's found the right space. Fusey hitting, I remember him hitting a nice shot on this clear, but not faster than Simple.
No, sir. boomich right there for the Plopsky trade. And Essetag now left on his own. 30 seconds. Is it going to be another desperate A to B rotation? The door will give it away. We'll get the quick scramble downstairs. And all the while, Perfecto is not giving this up. But even with the door swinging, no movement.
Monacy won a harder clutch earlier.
Man, what a clutch that was.
Yeah.
Smoke down inside of the site. And now everybody's coming downstairs. I'm surprised there weren't more bodies here. They heard the door swing. And at least the bomb plant for Essetag connects to the head. Predicts the peak. Would have been a beautiful spray transfer. But Perfecto takes the unexpected route down through the mud. Through the gunk. And that's Navi 7-0. So 6 rounds was what they had last time on the CT side versus Ninjas. And that was with the 3 final rounds of the half. Just barely breaking through at the end of the CT side. Now they're already improving that score with 7 in the first 7.
Yeah. Here's a moment where Simple's really, you know, staying. the way he's taking these fights too, like look at the spots that he puts himself in. The exec could potentially be coming on. He throws his molly down the front bathrooms. It buys 7 seconds for boomich to get into a spot to cover it after, and then all the while Simple takes a an aggressive option that opens him up to like that divider peak. He's trying to look over it, but it calls out NIP. They aren't going to swing him from that position. They're a little bit worried, and that's what nets him the kill. His willingness to take those positional risks. But they need to do a good job. Like, he shouldn't be able to hang out that far in mid and not get flashed. And
no pressure whatsoever.
Exactly. Another opening duel one instantly for Navi. Simple bit combos, too strong.
Just Bit doing what he does.
A flashbang.
Simple looking for a little more. Ooh, he misses the flick downwards. Falls back safely.
Going down 5v4 this early, this many times. No worse feeling for a caller, It's already such a bad position, but then your opponents know they can hold grenades even longer. They don't have to push and make mistakes. And the map feels so big in the beginning.
Ooh, yeah. Simple, perfect peek.
He got off the op. He gave Bit the op. Oh,
That he did.
they bogged it.
But so that way the M4s can just play this crossfire. Perfectly timed, perfectly executed, perfectly played for 8 rounds in a row. Navi, they have not dropped anything.
Yeah. NIP not even throwing nades in their exact. They lose that long presence. And then it's 3v5 after these first 2 kills, so they just feel so desperate. Nice shot from Simple, for sure. Great punish on Res. But boomich has got it right tucked into the front of truck both times that Navi or NIP have decided to commit. Yeah, really slow start for Vuzi once again. But yeah. Yeah, he has been the guy to die in the beginning of the rounds too sometimes.
Yeah, it's been a rough day for him.
You can see where the utility would make the difference in some of these moments, so that's at least takes some of the emphasis off each individual. Not that that makes it a more positive situation for NIP. It just means there's more problems.
Oh. You've made it feel worse.
I tried to make it feel better. Well, not on the bright side, there's 7 more rounds.
There we go. That's it. Silver linings. Perfecto is blind, and he gets a nade kill. Res, a double up on the MAC-10 spray with 7 health left on him. Sometimes you just got to get gritty. So they try to trudge straight through the monster play into the B bomb site. A scrambled A defense, but how does boomich pick that up? I mean, he is just pinned in the swampy waters.
Hampus is so low.
One shot. No, a miss. Okay, excuse me. I thought I was watching Simple.
They're going to push him. He's being careful about it.
Yeah.
He feels it. Oh, he saw the shadow.
Yeah, he knows what's coming.
Oh, he can't hit him.
He missed them
He
all.
can't hit him. Bit's still in a very good Oh, that's...
With bomb?
No, they thought Bit was going to be pushing downstairs.
But now he thinks somebody's A. Or at least he did just a moment ago.
Yeah. Because it looks like the wrong play.
But now he's calculated all the variables.
Oh, yo.
Fuzi, you have to pick this up.
This is free.
This needs to be Fuzi's clutch. Okay. Bit offers his back. Couple missed shots, but he gets it.
He's on the board. 1 kill, 1 round.
There you go. Fuzi gets a kill, ninjas win a round. That is direct correlation.
And in this, they gotta count their lucky stars. Great entries by Res and everything. But honestly, Bit's looking the wrong way because Hampus makes a play that looks so absurd to him.
Yeah, see, that was Hampus's plan the whole time.
We're gonna renew the confidence of the team by getting Fuzi on the board in a clutch situation. He's gonna win this round for us. I'm gonna throw a confusion tactic to set him up to look like a genius.
Yes. And if I don't go with the bomb guys, they just won't buy it. So trust me. Hampus, 1 step ahead.
Galaxy brand.
At least the fire is extinguished on the Navi side. But these embers perhaps about to reignite. Hampus will get electronic. Keeping it even in the 4v4. 2-2 split. Bit and Simple fall back to their A site. giving some room to ninjas to work with plenty of time to do it.
Not a terrible spot with some nades. They can definitely afford to exec. Perfecto. Great match over on the B side.
Bit and Simple having as much fun here on A. But a little rotation. Simple's going to go downstairs. Bit, again. Oh, this is a couple rounds now where Bit and Simple are just exchanging guns.
He had low HP both times.
Okay.
Bogged in.
Finds a bat. Lost inside of the smoke. Simple finds the headshot. Bit's dead, so Simple's gonna look to multi-kill, but no, it's all denied, other than Perfecto from the back. 2 kills off of connector. And is he gonna wrap all the way back around through B?
Oh, I don't know if he could do that now. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's
no, he's gotta go for the play.
Flopsky was gonna run through, make it a long round, okay. Now he's just gotta run up to the site.
Now he's got a kit, Perfecto. He throws out the incendiary and his flash. And he's also having an incredible game, right? We're talking about everybody else, but he is 14 and 3.
He's gonna take all his juice to figure this out. Well, he's close.
Yeah.
He's close. Oh, NT.
Narrow margins. Narrow margins indeed.
Now Flopsky's confident. We got another 1v1 here. And hey, 4v4. Hey, they got 4v4. They got up to the site. They got the entries on the site. Both times I think Bit had the op, he didn't get the kill. So, maybe Simple had enough health to justify keeping it. He was up around 40.
Let's keep it going. Ninjas, it's not too late. Looking to bust through, but the bank accounts of NAVI can definitely fund another buy. And Simple sets up shop. He's down on the B site this round. Little change of position off of the back of this one from Bit, deep inside of connector. So long bathrooms, mid bathrooms, all there for the ninjas to take. But again, they fight off of the back foot in the 4v5.
This is harder to chew on than a Haribo.
European candy. Don't get me started.
Oh, they make so much money. Y'all are getting scammed.
Yeah, you guys need to get some Wonkas over here.
Yeah. Nerd ropes.
Runts, gobstoppers. Bit's been locked in here the entire time. Ooh, fires off a little too quick. He's too fast. Quick little adjustment, gonna stay down there like a goblin. And Simple spots the long contact. Boomich just tucks into the bathrooms. Plopsky comes through smoke blind as can be. And Simple needs to retreat through bank. We get that rotation up. And Bits managed to get into the bathrooms. They never went and got him. Now they know about him because he took those shots.
Yeah.
But they've really just offered their backs to him, and it's going to cost Rez his life. Electronic's going to push forward off of the flashbangs. It's from Truck that S-Attack needs the clutch, and 4 health to do it. 3 more players he needs to take. Unlikely is an understatement. Smoke fades, and Electronic just rails them through the wall to give Navi their 9th.
Yeah, they'll take that one. Some nice rotations from the B-site players, and also, yeah, Bit inside of stairs. They kind of forgot about the fact that he could come out long, but he made good tempo. It starts out with Simple understanding what Hampus wants to do. I mean, just plain and simply sitting behind a molly, holding. Hampus, maybe just one of his plays that he likes to do. Simple punishes it. Not a good feeling to be in that spot. No clutch possible. I think that's the biggest change for Navi coming in from yesterday to today, or the day before. It's just the rotations are better. On top of everyone hitting more shots, of course.
Yeah, Perfecto throwing his name to the top of the scoreboard here for Navi. So as if after Bit and Simple's performance on Nuke, somebody else needed a pop-off map, well, Perfecto's doing it. And again, this is what's going to rewrite the story of the spring groups. You know, yes, Navi had struggles. Yes, they lost to MIBR.
But they qualified, it was online, they got through it.
And when we look back, you know, in June, 6 months into the year, if you look at the tournament list from Navi, you don't see them at Showdown. And unfortunately, playing at Showdown, if you're a partner team,
it's an honor.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
So just them not being there is a victory in and of itself. How they'll do at spring finals, well, we'll have to wait, assuming they get there. But for now, this is the Navi that we could have all expected to just start the event with. You know, but they're showing us that, yes, they do still have some shortcomings. They're not their very best form when it comes to online play. And we are back in a world where Navi are incredible, but have slower starts. Yep, they're simples. It is confirmed. 4 M4A4s on Navi.
Wow. They've got the virus.
Damn.
Ooh.
I never thought we were going back.
Well, it's
25 seconds,
looking
man.
like B. The off is rotated over, but it's still only 2
15 seconds
players
left.
Yeah, it's time to go.
You got everybody on this bomb site, Simple included. But he missed a shot. Perfecto doesn't. Simple's gonna find the follow-up. He's got good cover. Goes for the bomb planter, misses the no-scope, trying to find that target. He gets gunned down. They're actually able to get through. Now, hold on. Okay, Rez ends it.
What the hell?
Is that one of those moments like we were talking about earlier on Nuke, where like Simple's trying these crazy, flashy, flary moments?
I don't know. He just missed. That first one?
The first one was a miss.
Yeah, that was just a weird, bad miss. It was like right here on the ramp, and then he missed. And then he hit a second shot in defense, but his teammate already dies without a kill, so a little awkward. I think it was that first one when he peeked up the ramp, and then they were both, you know, lined up coming off short. That's the free one.
Big round to pick up. I mean, there's nothing to believe in from the Ninjas in that round up until the 15 seconds left. You know, that feels like a real Hail Mary.
Yeah,
but
the fact that Navi were just layering Molotovs, knowing they were going to come.
100%.
Rotations are already starting to
I would say, you know, very comparable to that like 3v3 situation on Nuke, where they were able to still get kills despite, you know, a player being stuck right inside of hut and coming off of the ladder was Rez. Like, the positioning would lead you to believe that Navi get an easy one, and instead now Ninjas win that round and just make mincemeat of these pistols. So definitely something of a T side here to be had. 4 at the very least.
a little grit. A little explosivity.
A little bit of revenge, man. I'm sure that nuke loss didn't feel good. And I'm sure that this half on overpass hasn't either.
CZ is also a rare breed.
For good reason. It is the inferior weapon.
It's cool, though.
Yeah, if you like IKEA furniture.
I don't like building it every single time. That's true.
I'd say the oh, yeah. Normally I would just talk about something, but okay. It was simple with the Deagle. We got to give him, you know, he's earned that attention.
Yeah.
But ultimately just the one and done. I think the Tech 9's in a real, the Tech 9 and 5.7 are both in really good places right now in terms of like pistol balance in CSGO.
Tech 9's a little strong, huh?
It can be.
It's really good.
Yeah, it can be.
It's a little crazy, too.
But, you know, it's very entertaining to play. You know, it just leads you to a completely different style.
Yeah.
The same way you lean back on your Deagles, like a lawn chair.
Yeah.
You know, you run forward with the Tech 9 like a lawn mower.
4 out of 5 of the last rounds. NIP era begins now.
Let's see if they can finish with a 5th or a 6th.
Protocol 1. Don't get opt in the first 20 seconds.
It helps. That definitely helps.
Another big thing is clearing out stairs. This is where a bit is able to pull off a flank, get kills from stairs as well, so that's also good.
That was a key piece of those rounds where Simple was early on at this B site. But they just go for 2 guys straight up long A. It's a good call from Ninjas. If they attack this B site, the numbers are on their favor. As Tag's able to get up. Players on short side are smoked, but with the entries already starting well, Ninja's just going to try to follow through. 3 frags, perfect. Just cutting down that entirety of a B-site defense. Unfortunately for Navi, Simple and Bit not a part of this one.
Yeah.
And we've got Ninjas with a 5th. It's never too late. It's never too late. And like you said, 4 of the last 5, now 5 of the last 6.
Not bad, man. Great entries overall. And yeah, I mean, it was very simple. They just, you know, they literally just didn't get, it sounds stupid. They just didn't get opted mid, crossing on their default. They survived that. They made it 5v5. Navi didn't go for some super aggressive tactic. No one in stairs this round. Now that Navi needed to be aggressive like they were almost every single other round. They already did that. And then when they clear out stairs too, why waste more time defaulting more? You know, there's always the option to hit B. They had enough control of the map to do it. And we saw how good their entries were on those previous rounds, even with worse guns. So the call is strong. And Ninjas retain some dignity in this half.
Final buy from Navi. They'll piece together what they can. Still an op for simple, but a double FAMAS. And poor boomich on the CZ70 sucks.
Wow. It's got some nice skins, though.
Sure, name one.
I can't, what, the pole racing. Red and white.
Sorry, man. You pointed out my soy sauce stain. That's revenge. Nice nade. Poor Fuzi. We said don't get opt at the start of the round. Yeah, what about getting naded down to 4? Electronic peeks into it. That's Fuzi dead to rights.
Said, get off my lawn.
You could have said the Emerald. You could have said the Victoria.
What's the one that's like a flag, where like a checkered flag with red and silver?
I want to say pole position. You weren't far off.
Oh, let's go.
Something like that. Happis headshot. There we go. An opening. Okay, this is perfect. Yeah, you lose Fuzi down on the B site, but this is another one of those rounds where Navi, they don't have a defense in position. They're going to need to scramble upwards. And perfect. Happis right through the wall. And of all the players, you drop simple. So the double FAMAS CZ combo for a needed retake. And this is very much a recovered half. You know, it didn't feel like we were going to get a recovered half up until the round started to be won. And ever since then, Ninjas in Pajamas have just piled on the success. But again, it comes off of the back of Happis. And that's what we've been talking about all event long. It's Happis. If Ninjas in Pajamas, if the strats look good, it's him at the helm. And Rez will close this 6th one. So sure enough, a little resuscitation, a little life, a heartbeat at least from the Ninjas in Pajamas. Well, it felt like they had flatlined in the first 9 or so rounds of this one, but the Ninjas in Pajamas with a quick little recovery, and now they'll take to that defensive half. It also felt like they had lost versus NAVI in their previous series following map 1, and we've seen an improvement here from NAVI, but what about their offense?
Yeah, close curse of the slow start there for NIP, but they started to figure out some of the puzzle pieces, put them together at the end. A couple of nice clean rounds, good executes, and some maybe lucky ones with explosive hits, but got one over on him. Now Hampus is alone over at long. Oh, and he takes his peek and dies. They've still got stairs control. They're spread on a full default, and there are no CTs here to search. Now they look for space over on short. And hey, this is not a bad position for the CTs to be in, even though they're down a player. They found short control. They have this connection built between the push off short and one close by the door. And for a second there, they were searching out towards long as well. So whether or not Navi knew it, there was some pressure coming. And that'll just be about Esatag and Mr. Fuzi to hold down the fort.
The Foos. It's going to be pressure here, though. Utility over the top. Perfecto jumping in. Just trying to close that gap, trying to gun down Esatag. Finds him. Fuzi will eject down long, though. That's a good escape. Rez comes up from connector. We've got Plopsky on the other end. This is like a three-pronged assault, a trident of a retake. But Electronic snaps one end off, and now they're outnumbered 2-1. Navi in the post plant, gunning for the 10, finding double digits in the second pistol, maybe. Boomich gonna stay tucked because his, well, leaning on 4 HP. So just be that insurance policy. Bombs beyond the halfway point. The tap draws simple in. Doesn't overextend. Nice and calm so far. Plopsky's gonna try to stick it, but he gets chewed apart.
No way to get back into that one. I think it comes down to if Rez can win his duel versus Electronic sitting in divider, then they have 3 points of attack. And even though if they're down a player, it's a lot more pressure for the guys in bathrooms, but he gets cleaned up real quick by Electronic, and Boomich explodes.
Poor guy, man. Just gave him the back, tried to stick the defuse. 10 bullets later, he's shredded. So now we're gonna have to see if Fuzi can swing the scout, and the pistols around it will be enough. I'm sure Ninjas would have loved to have ride the momentum from that first half into the second.
I think the correct term is Rodin.
Rodin. Isn't that a group of horsemen from Lord of the Rings?
Don't remember.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Anders and Moses yesterday were talking about watching Lord of the Rings while in a sauna. That's what they were talking about on broadcast. I would like to just, for the sake of it, don't try that.
Yes.
You will definitely die.
Don't bring your electronics into the sauna.
No, they were going to project it through the door. It's a good idea.
I'm down. You said don't try it.
Well, it's too long of a film, man. You know, watch, maybe go watch the Ready Up documentary instead.
Yeah.
That's a digestible amount of time.
Okay.
Simple opens up here, pressure on the B site. It's with smokes on both ends, you know, just trying to squeeze Plopsky into an unoptimal spot, and sure enough, they will find both Hampus and Esatag getting over top of this next smoke as well, but Rez, well, he finds the headshot. And they've staved off Navi for at least a little longer, but we are talking 25 seconds left.
Yeah, the clock's coming down. Smoke on short and monster. Plopsky, will he find the timing to get out of here? Door will close behind him. A site under attack, but hey, like you said, 20 seconds. Full exec coming. Fuzi knows there's going to be some free shots here.
Hits one. Just got to soften him up, you know? Get him close enough to death that Rez can deliver, and he'll find a headshot immediately. Fuzi connecting them now. It's kills coming through. He's got it. With Plopsky on that back line, with Rez next to him on truck. Ninjas needed an early bit of success, and the force buy gives it to them.
And it's these two smokes that kick things off, and a nice shot from Rez as well, as they tried to kind of subvert the defense and look for a weakness. Bit of a tilter. I think it's just a good round from Nip. It's not that Navi weren't in the right spot to exec at that moment, but to expect two smokes to come down on both choke points on the site, that's when you're like, damn. Good play, NIP. 3-round game. Back on Deagles for Navi. The story has changed drastically from the end of that last half into this one. Two rounds in the last 10.
Solid recovery from the ninjas. Very passive setup, really. Rez starting to try and piece together something here towards bathrooms. Oh, but Simple's got his headshot. And he dares foozzy to peek. kscreato gets tagged down on the B site. foozzy's also low. Ooh, things are starting to feel a little hot if you're the ninjas in pajamas, but foozzy still, you can't shy away from it, right? You can't completely concede and just hide, because Navi will come hunting. So instead he goes for it, drops Simple at the very least. We'll see if the rest of the Navi camp can pick up the pieces here. They're going to attack this A site, and foozzy even lower, 29 HP. All that's left for him, and they don't need to push forward, they just need this plant. Boomich gets Hampus, as I believe he tried to spam through those dice boxes.
They gave him
now, that's an M4 for Boomich.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the one front site. They still have Hampuses that they could potentially collect. Bits out in the open, so he'll have to hit a pretty crazy shot here. He's ready. Okay, he's ready for it. That's where this retake slows down to pretty much a halt. I don't even know if they can go for it at this point. Yeah, they turn around.
They concede.
Nice shot from Bit with low HP, and Simple to open it up, killing Rez.
Yep.
You know, foozzy actually does a good job of staving them off there, but there's just not enough behind it, and Hampus allows them one extra kill before that bomb goes down.
Tried to swing out from the bank, and
just like that, you know, win the pistol, lose the force up, win the next force up, and momentum back on your side.
Rez kill. Yeah, Hampus swinging out. I suppose there was a teammate tucked close, but
yeah, he was getting some bullets off through the dice box, so nearly stopped that plant, but his teammate was not exactly covering that specific peak.
Maybe thinking that Navi were just leaning more so towards bathrooms, trying to play a post instead of still facing.
A 2-round game becomes 3.
Just buy up. Listen, we've seen them do more with less. Ooh, it's a good back and forth battle. Bit looks at Simple's dead body instead.
Want to make sure it was dead.
But that's actually a very interesting move here from Rez because of the dink that he got on Bit as well. You know, you've put those deagles into a place where they could definitely do a pop-off.
I was thinking about, can I get that gun or not? They don't necessarily need it to win, but they also can use that as a tool to try to lure out any CTs. The exec on this timing. kscreato starting to wrap upon it. Any headshot molly? No, looks like they'll come in clean with it. Electronic will jut by. Oh,
just can't finish it. I was gonna say, you know, you've softened up 2 players, but at the same time, it's the 2 pistols that were still inside that B site.
Yeah.
Look at the difference in health for Navi.
It's so close.
Ninjas were almost there, but at this point, they can't just rely on those almost moments. They needed that to happen so that they could take back momentum, close this 4-round gap, get right back into the lead, end a CT side strong, and instead, it's going to be them with economic problems. kscreato not even going to find more than just one, so sure enough, 5 rounds. 5 rounds separating Navi from the Ninjas, 4 rounds separating them from the spring finals.
There's got to still be hope for NIP, you know, now that they've got it a lot closer, even though it's become slightly dire with the amount of money they've got left. Oof. Damn, that was really critical, huh?
MP5 is actually the perfect weapon for this round. This is the one round where I'm like, sign me up.
Okay.
And he's in front too. Watch it. Oh, it's so sad. It's just gonna rip them apart, and they're all right there. Yes. He's just gonna mow him down. No, never mind.
I think it was fair to get excited about that. But oh well, the MP9. It gives and it takes.
Boomich though, he's got him locked in. Yeah, rifle supremacy in this one. especially versus unarmored players. If there wasn't 4 people peeking simple, if he was given those fights one by one, but they don't give him that.
No, I was with you. I was on the wave.
Thanks, man. Instead, the bomb will walk through. You gotta step over top all the corpses, plant this bomb, and take 13.
Ah, man.
What?
People will never know how close this game was.
Yeah, they'll never remember.
It was
Well,
there was a small moment there, or it could have been at least very competitive. And while there are still odds, I feel like, you know, Ninjas can very easily just resign to the fact that it's a new Navi. Nuke was so one-sided. Overpass not starting out so well, and yeah, they got a few rounds, but, you know, confidence has probably been sapped a bit. So we'll see. We shall see. One round here on CT side for NIP.
But back in with the guns. You know, one of the reasons Navi pulls ahead here, just because of that upset in round 3, the force upon force.
Yeah.
This is a delayed start to the real CT side of the Ninjas in Pajamas.
I'm surprised. I don't know if it was possible, but I feel like NIP could have saved for an op, and they don't get one.
Simple connects first and foremost.
That could have been op versus rifle, you know?
Fuzi dead first again. That was the trend that kicked off Navi's start on the T side, CT side. But...
And to be fair, talked a lot about Hampus, but he also did take a couple of rounds where he gave up that early...
Yeah.
Yeah, that early
Making
advantage.
crazy moves. Electronic
Man.
and Boomich. That was clean.
You gotta love
That was
people
clean.
just challenging
Good
people,
bomb.
phasing the smoke. Yeah, beautiful shots. Brehze tag.
Keep it going,
Straight
Plopsky.
comes back. Oh! Fine margins. Plopsky was ready for it, but he's also backpedaling.
Still from a 3 versus 5 into a 1 versus 2 for Hampus. Oh, and a missed smoke.
And
Missed a smoke, but Simple locks it in. Predicts the position from Hampus and gives that 14th round to the Navi camp. Nice attempt, though. Esatag and Plopsky, I feel like, you know, you were super limited in what you were able to do. And they fight into the monster tunnel, win both kills, don't die themselves. It's a bit of a problem for them, of course, that they're then stuck in another crossfire.
Yeah.
If there was only one more terrorist nearby, then that's one thing. But, you know, they basically ran into 4 players. And now you can see the desperation truly rearing its ugly head. MP9s and a double FAMAS is what keeps Ninjas in Pajamas between Navi and their 15th round.
Navi go forward with just a very basic round. Electronic holding all the way back in spawn to see if NIP are going to try anything aggressive once again. The push-up is coming inside of the bathrooms, and Rez will win his duel, even with just a FAMAS. Now, Hampus is on the other side of Divider. We'll see if Boomich, now that his attention has been drawn to the site, if he forgets about this, but he doesn't overextend. Hampus in the key spot here. And if he hears something, which they are going to be running around, not assuming that he's that close, maybe he can pull a flank off if they go B, but Bit has transposed into top bathrooms while the rest of his teammates have worked over towards B.
Oof. Unfortunate that the MP9's not the best of guns to be spraying through that door. Awkward range. I think Esatag knows better than to overcommit to it. Especially with a 5v4, man. Just hang on. Boomich doesn't clear the corner. That gives Hampus a chance, but he only gets 1 kill off of it. Maybe Rez's turn to shine, trying to find one. He will. Goes even better. Ooh, Rez with the double. This is Ninjas still fighting tooth and nail, man. Every single inch. Bomb dropped on the front side of the site. Perfecto. Yeah, he's on the top of the scoreboard, but he's got way too many players to deal with, and the inevitable flank from Esatag would have been his end. Plopsky nails it, and Ninjas keep on going.
Great shooting from Rez. He's a player who, yeah, he's known for his position inside of the bathrooms. You know, NIP win matches. A lot of it has to do with the CT side of Rez playing in the bathrooms, winning his duel. He does it all with a FAMAS there. Again, not exactly a sign of opulence that you've got those MP9s and FAMASes as the best guns of the round. And, you know, it's always harder to hit your shot when your fall-to-back position has been mollied off. But Rez, he stays composed, stays focused. That was a small victory. find out this round if it was a drop in the bucket, as NIP have a way more bolstered by 3 AKs that they picked up. But still no op in play, and I don't think the T's are going to buy one for them. Simple does very little opping on T sides in general these days. Oh, we can see it plain as day. Execute's coming.
Little change in the setup here, though. Hamp is pulling back from the B site. Could be destined for heaven, but destined for the B site was electronic. He goes through before everybody else. Ends up being shut down immediately. kscreato just going to remain pressed up close. He's only got 15 bullets. Now he's a dead man. But the barrels player, this definitely falls on Plopsky. He's lost his 2 teammates. They know about him. There's a lot of damage versus Bit and boomich, but 20 seconds. It's going to be a tough final push. That last hurdle, just get into the site, and Plopsky just be precise, meticulous with those peaks, reserved with those shots. And it could still very well be enough. Oh, but they get through. 1 HP on Perfecto, 10 on boomich. 6 seconds. Bomb needs to be picked back up, and that's not going to happen. Ninjas, yeah, they've got it. 9th round secured.
Yeah, they hold it down. The counter mollies were beautiful, actually. Electronic, he gets ahead of the execute, but the counter flash is there. The smoke is still up, and you know it's great that Electronic just runs out as far as he can blind. Ultimately, there's no one behind him because, again, that's such well-timed counter utility for the ninjas, but they make this look pretty solid. I mean, they call it the timing. It looked like they weren't totally prepared for a full B exec. They left the idea open for maybe something could lean towards A, but just a solid round overall. 5-round game. Someone brought up, is there a stat for how many rounds Navi win after timeouts? And I could say, from what I've seen, a lot. I mean, I feel like every time every time Blade says something, the next round ends up being incredibly strong. It's kind of that same effect of like Kerrigan calling when a very close game near the end of the match. If he comes through with an idea, I feel like they've got a very high success rate. But this one, they're going to have to MacGyver it. They've got the 1 AK once again on Simple. Oh,
Perfecto.
man.
He doesn't want anybody passing him on the scoreboard.
Oh, that's, yeah, you lose a gun. 5v4, there's 2 rifles now.
Not a round you want to give that away.
Yeah.
There's nobody else with armor, if that's a silver lining for ninjas. Plopsky's going to take a dink. That's Simple dead. That's a big piece to pick up. That's the guy you want sidelined.
Yeah, and he's also armored.
Yep.
So, the only player who has been. This would still be a pretty big travesty if NIP concede this position versus very low utility and no armor.
Smoke flash still for Electronic. He's sitting back with that bomb. kscreato's close. This is the 2 rifles on short side, so you'd really think this is where there's going to be a success story, if ever. But kscreato, nicely done. Survives the test of the 2 players pushing through those unarmored, picked up rifles. Meaningless in the end. Electronic can't see anything except for the light at the end of the tunnel. 14-10, Ninjas bringing it back.
Yeah.
But did they let themselves bleed too many rounds at the start of this map to just push this over the line? Will Navi manage to bleed through?
Feels like a group's a strong start meant nothing, but now that we're in the gauntlet phase, it feels like the slow starts are catching up to teams, so I could totally see that happening. Again, that economic game of chicken as well in the second half. The buy to the buy to the buy, and Navi coming out ahead there made this way worse than it needed to be. But now we've got Boozy opping, I think for the first time this half. They got the facilities. He's supporting the stairs presence from Rez.
Let's hope for Nip's sake that he delivers.
Brehze looking like he's going to forfeit this battle before it begins.
Yeah, they decide to give it all up, all the way back to the A site with Hampus.
Yeah, we'll leave Brehze inside of the bathrooms, which is good to have a small piece. And it looks like Hampus will actually take a forward position outside towards long, or is he going to? He's going to wait for the sign boost. He's going to allow foozy to boost up when the time is right. This is an interesting spot. I mean, a lot can go wrong here, but 3 CTs means they believe the round is going to end A, and it feels like that from what we can see. Oh, amazing flash. Klopski has no chance to shoot back. There is an opportunity to trade.
Oy. Perfecto. Maybe a little too rambunctious.
So I think for Navi, they're worried about the fact that they had 2 there on short.
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Rez still close inside smoke. Got 2 other bodies within this bomb site. Rez got tagged. Still yet to make his play. He's blinded. Hampus swinging out, just offers himself over. Sure, he takes one with him, but he puts a lot of pressure on foozy, and Simple just chewing through what's also rotating upwards. This needs to be the foozy clutch. 7 seconds. He could swing and stop the bomb, but instead boomich gets it down. The kill is his. Just finish off Simple. Now or never, foozy. And with Simple getting closer, he moves it back. He's got the cover. Foozy, 2 bullets. 2 left in the mag, and only needed 1.
Well done. Nice approach. I mean, that's an intense moment. He knows that Simple left alive in that 1v1. Better players have bungled better situations, so not bad from Foozy. Plus, he got that opening duel. And yeah, the setup is tricky enough with the amount of time pressure that was on Navi that it created enough errors and openings. And yeah, Foozy could have actually just stopped this bomb from getting planted and won the round after he crossed under the scope of Simple a few moments ago. So maybe Navi should be happy it got that close in the first place. Got some frustration here from Blade.
Tough choice to be made here for Navi.
They got to buy. I mean, they're not going to opt, so no reason not to.
Here it is. Bit decides to go for the utility over top of the AK. So 3 Galils. 3 Galils. Headshots may be harder to come by. That was a big moment for Foozy. Gotta reset the heart after that one. Simple's already gotten up behind sandbags, though. Tries to fluster them out with the incendiary, and one comes back his way.
Here, Navi really wastes no time. Simple, will he get caught backpedaling into this corner? Yeah, actually, the flash is perfect, and he can't tuck.
Ooh, big scalp to take early.
Yeah, it's an assassination. He's got one on the side. Oh, no, has no idea they can come on the outside of bathrooms. Man, he got up really far without any support in that position.
And now there's a hole. A bit of a gap in the defense. Bit instead decides to go down long just to make sure that there's no further setup.
Well, it's 2 oppers down. It's not a position where you want to give up here for NIP. I don't know if Esatag saw something there. Doesn't seem like it.
Narrow margin.
Up towards the A site. Saw a great round from Rez earlier.
He's back here with Hampus. Hampus got to make sure that he doesn't make one of those one-and-done type plays. Rez taking the fight versus Bit, turns it onto Perfecto, goes for the second and gets it. Very well done here from Rez. Hampus going to take to the top of Dice Box. That'll find Electronic completely caught off guard, and Rez delivers a multi-kill when they need it.
Been great from the back at Dice with that rifle. Another 3 frag round from Rez on a rifle. Things get a touch dicey. Okay, this is a great tactic just to begin things. Just when Simple is, you know, in between, walking around short, establishing that he's comfortable, and looking for a corner to hide in. They make sure he's blind, they get rid of him, and Foozy, you know, he could have been holding that angle towards Divider. That's a position where if you have no support, you're still good. You cover the inside of bathrooms and the outside without exposing yourself to one or the other. So, Bit walking up on his side, I feel like that's a moment where, well, you know, is there no chance that he could be there? Might have been a little bit too risky.
Blade offering some input.
Yeah. They've still got layers to the defense.
But no money behind the buy.
Nope.
So we'll get a little halvesies. Simple. Yeah, grabs body armor.
We watched just the beginning of the first half. You'd think this game's gone on longer than it should have, but NIP are getting better.
Slow starts, but still getting through. And they didn't taper off towards the end of the first half, so if they can ride this comeback, let's see it. But a good test here. Just the straight up push. Stopped immediately by kscreato. He's going to tuck his head. Hampus. Oh, it's a little ugly, but he gets it. And then that primes kscreato for the repeak. Simple, the only man up in the 1v5. And so totally denied. Navi just tried to keep it simple, and the ninjas shred them.
Mm-hmm. Buy up coming in right away, and 14-13 scoreline. NIP can taste it now. On fire for a couple of rounds here. Getting real close to that finish line. And again, it's a bit of a rarity that Simple picks up the op, but he will be buying one this time. Can expect the default to revolve around that. Don't know if there's an opening play that he's going to try to make, but he does have the most forward aggressive spawn. Checking to see if foozz comes down the stairs. And they'll sit and wait.
Bits waiting for foozz peek.
Yeah.
Oh, off angle. Oh, he gets it.
Wow. foozz doesn't even get to escape.
Tried to crouch into it. Instead, Bit finds that headshot on the spray. Whoa, Hampus answers. That's bomb dropped inside connector.
Yeah, there are two pairs of eyes here on short. Three, in fact.
Perfecto burning in the corner. Oh, but does this put Electronic in a simple and a good spot to fight it from Monster? Technically, they could just go around and wrap this B site, and they'd only have to deal with kscreato. At the very least, kscreato has pulled back, so they missed that really open timing, but it's still the 1v1.
Yeah, this is weird. This is a brand new situation for Navi with the bomb in this position, knowing the CTs are watching it, but half watching it, still worried about Monster. Perfecto's gone. This will push Electronic forward. Bomb still here in stairs.
Simple goes, no, excuse me, Bit. It's him instead to come in through short. Simple and Electronic, they're going to double up towards the B site. He tried to dodge flash, instead gives kscreato a chance.
Oh my god.
Simple opping 1v3, connects that first one. It's heaven though. Occupied by Rez. And Simple trying to piece this one together. A smoke on top of his bomb. Very difficult position.
He can make this smoke longer, basically.
Yep. That's exactly what he'll do.
I think he missed the doorway.
Mm-hmm. And with that miss, Rez gets ever closer. 15 seconds. Still just trying to find it, man. He's struggling. Simple is struggling in this position, and as he finally goes through, there's now just no time. And with just 2 seconds, he's got to get out of here. Make sure he survives. The Molotov won't find him. 14-14.
Oh, man. It's 14-14. That was such a ludicrous 1v1 in that doorway. Obviously, he can't find the entrance to the doorway. But this spot, I mean, the fact that he gets away with the op, that's kind of like the only thing they have going for them in this next round. Not everyone's going to have a full buy. So as awkward as it was, that actually could make a difference. And Ninjas still don't have match point. So what the hell? Like ships in the night. That is so awkward. Oh, what a weird spot to be in. But hey, Ninjas, the way that they approach that short control once again, they tripled down on it. They had that door blown open.
Mm-hmm. Really nice play.
And usually you want to keep that door smoked so you don't die like that with the bomb in that position. It should be easy to retrieve. With the bomb coming stairs, that's normal. And they almost found a way into the B site to approach that situation in a unique way where they take the site without the bomb, but now they put pressure on short just by having the site control. But it doesn't pan out. kscreato smart to go back and watch it just in case. But NIP just win another round.
We're tied.
This game was pretty much wrapped up. It was 13-7 at one point.
7 rounds in a row from the Ninjas. They've doubled their score since Navi have last won one. Resilience from the Ninjas in pajamas.
Wow, that's good damage. Bit half HP, Perfecto down to 1/3. Oh, and will he get finished off?
It's close.
Bomb will now pendulum swing over towards Monster. Or maybe they won't grab it.
Not quite yet.
Really important part of the game, but...
Yeah, planting.
They're just gearing up for it once again. Plopsky did well on headshot last time around. Exec's coming in, round 29.
Electronic, instantaneous. Tag offers nothing. Plopsky's blind. Electronic's got the double up. He sees the third in Happus. Happus stuck inside of the corner. Navi kept this one simple, and it finds them a bomb plant. It is a retake needed from the Ninjas. Happus low. Fuzi up in heaven. He's got the incendiary to burn Bit out of this position. Lands atop him, but he still takes a kill. Fuzi will find him from the grave. Man advantage being held onto. boomich now down. Rez also falls.
Wow.
Navi playing with their food.
After all of that, it's like they're just treating it like a movie, just waiting for the climax, you know, going to the end, holding on to the storyline, trying to make this as crazy as absolutely possible. And at the end of the day, it comes down to a successful B hit. The opening 2 kills, Plopsky get encountered where he was playing well on the headshot barrels. You know, I wouldn't believe that Navi knew what was going to win this round, but they believed they could win a round at B, just like they could at A. And I feel like the frustration came from the idea that they were supposed to on both. They tried something. It's an exec that they know. It works out, and suddenly, I mean, they've siphoned the entire economy out of the NIP camp. There are just 2 M4s left, but based on the way that this game has gone, I don't think that NIP feel like they are out.
No, it's not over.
It's still possible.
Just made that much more difficult. Tag and Plopsky fall on that B hold with nothing. Tag has been good for the first. Plopsky normally just kind of keeping his head tucked inside of barrels. This time decides to try and run towards water, gets caught.
There's truly nothing innovative about that exec, you know, just,
didn't see him. That was a chance. But again, you know, lesser weapons and whatnot, they fall away. Navi gonna try to change the look of this one compared to the last round and keep an eye on Ninjas as they push 2 players close bathrooms. They're gonna keep this one layered. Now, if a lot of bodies come running down from long and Happus can't hold that back.
It's a lot of noise. I think Plopsky's starting to peel back up towards A.
Yeah, jump spotting for the moment, and now... Maybe. No, not even. Yeah. Still just kind of floating around here. 30 seconds. Simple throwing the smoke over towards bank. It's really going to be the setup inside of the bathrooms that could have gone well, but instead, it's 2 deaths. Rez has not been found. There are players all around him. Electronic, he burns Plopsky. Rez shows his hand, but he didn't think about Electronic on the top of Connector. And if it's not an tag clutch, it is Navi playing with Ninja's heartstrings and sending them to the showdown after what would have been a miraculous overpass comeback. 2 halves that Navi start strong, 2 halves that Ninjas reclaim, but ultimately 2 maps the way of Navi.
Yeah, Navi, not at full strength, but they don't care. They qualified. They did what you have to do when you come to groups. And now they can rest a bit. And for NIP, a couple of really tough losses yesterday. They could have qualified straight out. Now they had to come to play the team that they already beat and couldn't win the rematch, even though overpass